Hello everyone. So it is now 1:24. I have officially finished 2 hours working on this first book. I'm at 7,910 words. So that's really amazing. I am about to take a break and get to my I don't know what I want to get to. Maybe sorry. Either 2,000 or 5,000 steps. We'll see what I can do. I'm giving myself a break until about 2, maybe 3, and then we'll be right back at it for another 2 hours. I'm feeling really good about where I'm at with the book. I'm really enjoying writing this. I'm at page 41. So what I did was I initially had the pages as A4, but then obviously with books being A5 size, I converted it to that so I could accurately have the right page count. And so that's what I did there. Like I said, I'm gonna take a break right now. Still haven't decided on a title, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it, and then when I come back from the break, we're gonna start working on one of the other books, and I'm so excited. But yeah, time to get into moving my body for the first time. Still gotta work on finishing this first water bottle, and yeah, so we're gonna do those things and then come back. Okay, hello everyone. I just wanted to check in with you all. It's 12:12 and I am co-writing with a Write With Me video, and I am about an hour in. I paused to take a break to eat breakfast and things of that sort, and my word count right now is 5,494. One thing I did want to say is I am going to be moving between this book and the main book, because obviously I do want to get some work done for that book. So once I finish this Write With Me video, which is about an hour, which means I have one more session, and then I'm going to move into the next book. One more 30-minute session, then I'm going to move into writing the next book, because I want to give my brain time to marinate around this book, and I think it's a really good idea for me to just separate everything. So that would mean about an hour or two a day is prioritized on this book, and an hour or two a day is prioritized on that book. So that's the way I'm going to set it up. I'm really enjoying writing this book so far. I don't typically outline my books at all. I just write whatever comes to my head, and so that means sometimes I'm skipping back and forth between like an earlier chapter, like chapter 1, and then a later chapter like chapter 10. However, this is the first time where I'm like writing in an order, because I just came up with this book idea, and I obviously told you all how I read through chapter 1 and was continuing, but like for the other book, when I go to work through that, I'm skipping chapters sometimes. So that's that. Like I said, I had breakfast. I had a croissant, and then the first half of my boiled egg, and then I'm still working on my first water. I haven't been very hungry or anything like that. After this first writing session, though, I might take a break and get some steps in, because otherwise I'm going to be very behind on my step schedule, and that'll also give me time to like read and do the other parts of the challenge. And so I just wanted to check in with you all about that. We have about another minute and 40 seconds of the break. But yeah, I'm really excited about this book that I'm writing. I don't know the title. I don't know what's happening. I don't even know what type of genre it is, which is very rare for me, because I at least know what I want to happen. But I just got inspired last night while I was working on the other book, and I was like, I want to write this. So I started off. I kind of know that like in the first half of the book, or in the first part of the book, I want this it to be based about this common theme, but other than that, I'm just writing and I'm just going with it. And I love the fact that I give myself the freedom and flexibility to do whatever I feel like doing. And that's why for me it makes sense to write so many books, because sometimes the ideas that I have don't work for the book that I'm writing at that time. Like, I have so many different ways of which I want things to play out, so many careers for women and just different love story things. So for example, the book that I am primarily working on, she is a teacher and he is a football player. And so there's that dynamic, obviously two different worlds. And then another book, she is a millionaire, and the other guy is another successful businessman. And in this book that I'm writing, she's a hairstylist and he's a musical artist. He's a rapper. And then I've had another book where they were both students. And then I've had another book where she was a student and he was a startup guy. So different dynamics and relationships. I don't like to have storylines where he's saving her, though, like financially, or saving her from like or survival. I always like to have where like she's able to take care of herself, she's independent, she's doing things on her own, and he's really just adding to her life. That's my favorite type of storyline to write, because I am big on empowering women. But the timer is over, so I'm gonna restart the other timer and get back into things and check in with you all later. Okay, so it's 11 a.m. on the dot, and I just finished editing. I listened to the prayer, and now we are going to get into it. I'm currently at 2,866 words. So we're gonna set the timer, as I was telling you all, for 4 minutes. 4 hours. 4 minutes is funny. Here it is, 4 hours, and we're just going to start. No. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday, July 13th. Yes. And so today we are going to be doing a different sort of schedule. We are going to be starting the 75 Ray challenge, which is obviously a challenge that I created. It's a mixture of 75 booked and 75 writers, a video that I seen over the weekend. And so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have to write for 4 hours a day. I'm going to have to read 45 minutes twice a day. I'm going to have to do 10,000 steps. I'm gonna have to drink at least 4 bottles of water. What else? I think I'm forgetting something. Eat mostly at home, those sort of things. And so I've already done my morning routine, got ready, all of those things. I'm not really feeling breakfast, so I have my first bottle of water here. Yeah, and then I'll eat whenever I get hungry, but I think we're going to just go ahead and get right into the video. I have let me scoop you guys back. I have already started writing a new book. I'm always writing a new book. I'm always doing a new challenge. I think that at this point that shouldn't be anything new, but I was up last night writing this book, so I think this is a book I want to write for the next 75 days. Of course, I'm still going to finish the other book project that I've been working on, but different book projects for different challenges, essentially. And I'm still editing a different book. But anyways, like I said, we're just gonna get into things. I'm also gonna play a prayer while I am doing my writing. And so the rules that she had for the 75 writing routine or whatever was that if at any point you're reading through something and you're not actively like typing, you stop the timer. And so I'm just gonna follow those rules. Obviously, first I want to read through what I have written so far, so I'm not gonna start the timer just yet. I'm gonna be reading first and then we'll start the timer. But in the meantime, I am going to have my prayer going. I was gonna pull it up on that phone, but it's actually on this phone. So let me just pull up a prayer. I just try to like start my routine, my morning routine with a prayer. And so, oops, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I will get back to you all later. Okay, everyone, I am about, let me pause it. 2 hours and 32 minutes. Well, that's how much time I have left. So I've done about like, I don't know, an hour and a half already, almost. And I'm at 35,277 words. And I'm going to take a break from writing that book. It doesn't seem like much, but what happened was I went in and I rewrote that last chapter that I had previously written, chapter 18, and I added a prologue for part 2. And I kind of just, I don't know that I'm done with chapter 18 yet, but that's specifically what I worked on. And so with that said, we are now going to move into the second book. It's currently 1:38, and usually what I did yesterday was I spent a lot of time on the second book, the book that I literally just started writing and creating, I don't know, like a day or two ago. And this is the book that I've enjoyed writing so much. It started off at like 2 to 3,000 words, and yesterday I got it to like 9,700 words, like I was telling you all, and I'm on like page 50 of it, and it's just so good. Like, in my opinion, I love when I'm writing a book that feels really good to me, and it just matches like what I want to talk about. I try not to make my books overly about romance, even if they are romance, because I feel like there's so much more to a woman than just her romantic life. And so I kind of focused on like her business and her friendships and just her life as a whole, and like sprinkle in the romance up until they start to get together and everything like that, to show that she has a life outside of him. I also typically don't do very much conflict while they're in the relationship. I don't know, that's just how I write my books. They deal with everything while they're in the talking stage, so that by the time they're finally in a relationship, it's just peaceful, it's just positive. I just like that so much more as a storyline, because I feel like it's not giving fairy tale, because obviously they had to work to that, but I want everybody to get their fairy tale ending. I feel like once you decide to be with someone, it shouldn't be that hard. Like, it should just be more seamless, because you guys took the time to make things work and all of that. So personally, that's how I write books, and I am definitely the type of author who writes girls getting princess treatment, guys showing up and spoiling that girl from the moment that he starts pursuing her, because I feel like that's how it should be. And why would I write him doing anything less? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So that's how I choose to write my book, and that's what I spent time writing yesterday. He's in the courting phase of her. He's in the courting phase with her. He's showing up for her, and I just love that. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be working on. I didn't have breakfast. I did have coffee. I wasn't feeling very hungry. I'm still not very hungry, if I'm being honest. Haven't drunk much water. My first water of the day is right here. So let's even open this. I haven't opened it. I don't know. I'm not feeling very hungry today. Maybe it's what I had for dinner yesterday. I don't know. But I don't like to force myself to eat. Sorry, I was just making an addition. That was the one that was right in front of me. Sorry. Yeah, okay. That's good. But yeah, now, so I'm gonna probably go work on this. I might do a write with me. I was listening to my own music, but I might do a write with me just so that I can have a little bit more focus and structure. I think that when I'm listening to music, I'm like obviously singing along and all the things, and it was good for the book that I was writing. But I think the one I'm about to start working on right now needs more of my focus. Because I don't know, it's just a different storyline, obviously. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'm just making edits. I don't know if others writers do this, but I make edits as I go. I reread the last chapter and make edits. Obviously, there's that round of edits that you do when you are done with the book. But I also like to do edits while I'm going, because I'm like, this doesn't sound good and I can fix it right then, so why not do that? But yeah, I am going to get my child situated and then meet with you all later. I'm really proud of myself because I haven't been on my phone so much today, which is why I've been able to get more work done than usual, I say, while checking my phone. But anyways, yeah, that's that's the plan today. On top of that, I did my 10,000 steps yesterday. I drank 4 bottles of water. I listened to the prayer, as you all know. I did my 2 reading sessions, and I actually ended up finishing The Alchemist at like 12:30 this morning. So I counted that as today's finished book and not yesterday's, because I wanted to be fair. And so I'm obviously still going to do my 2 reading sessions today. But yeah, I also created a Notion that I'm going to be checking off as I go. And so we're going to just get started with the 4 hours though, because today, obviously we started a little bit later than yesterday. And yeah, we're just going to get started. So because I might be going somewhere later today, and I want to make sure that I still get all my goals done before I have fun. So let me just find the clock. I'm sorry. And then it says 4 hours, so I'm going to press that. And then we're going to get started. I'm listening to music, though, so I'm not going to be recording during the writing session, but I will check in with you all like I did yesterday. I showed you all, or talked to you all about yesterday, I have 2 different book projects. This is where I'm at with the word count for the first book project. It was around 29,000, not yet 30,000 yesterday before I started, I'm pretty sure. And then the new book project is almost at 10,000 words, which I'm really proud of. And those are the 2 books that I was working on yesterday. Okay, hello everyone. Today is July 14th. It is 12:06 p.m. I've been up since 10 a.m., but I have been just doing my morning routine in silence. I listened to a prayer, I listened to a podcast, I did my gratitude, and now we're here. So it's time to get into writing. I just am going to turn the camera around, show you all the progress I did off camera yesterday, because honestly I just didn't feel like recording the rest of it. I was trying to get my 10K steps done. So we can kind of talk about that after I show you all this progress. It's 8:19 and we're finally done for the day. 17,640 words. Okay, it is 5:44 and I literally just finished editing. And now I'm about to get back into writing. I'm about to put the timer on so that I can get started working on chapter 7. After editing and making all those additions, I'm at 12,855. I don't know what I was at before. Honestly, I forgot. I've been just trying to think about this. I'm really loving this book. Out of all the books I'm writing, I think this is my favorite one. Funny that I say that about whatever book I'm writing the most at that time. But yeah, this is that one. And so we're going to get started. I'm going to start this timer because your girl is ready to be done with this. I'm not going out anymore, most likely. So I'm just going to focus on the book. And then I still have to do my steps. Drink my water. Still haven't finished 1 bottle of water. I've had 2 cups of coffee today. Just life is lifing. So we're gonna get into it. It is currently 5 p.m. and I have been working through the book. I got about an hour and 44 minutes left. I'm pausing the timer whenever I'm not actively writing, such as right now, but I'm at 12,513 words. So I have been writing. I've also been editing, and so what I'm doing with this book currently is figuring out song lyrics, because I really like the idea of putting song lyrics, I don't know, in my in my chapters, so that you get the vibe. I'm someone who really loves music, so that's just what I want to do. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with you all. I'm gonna obviously finish the last writing session of writing this book. I've already finished most of chapter 4. Like I said, I'm just going in and adding things. And I also decided that my first chapter version of chapter 3 was way too long. So now I'm going up and splitting chapter 3 into 3 different parts, which would mean I would obviously be farther along in the book, because I already have 69 pages and chapter 3 was like 40 pages at first, and yeah, that just doesn't make sense. So those are the sort of things that I'm doing while the timer is off, because it's not exactly writing, it's just like more editing and again continuity stuff. So I'm not going to start the timer again until I am actually writing, but it's still stuff that has to be done. And so yeah, like I said, I just checked in with you all. But yeah, so yeah, we've officially finished 4 hours of writing. That took literally all day. I did not do any steps. I'm definitely probably not going to be able to do 10K steps since I still have to walk. I'm a bit annoyed about today. I haven't even drinking any water, but this is reality. Not every day is perfect. It's just about prioritizing what we can and working with what doesn't go as planned. I'm gonna decide what I want to do, probably start dinner soon, and then just check in with you all later. So yeah.